Hello, beginning intermediate painting students. I wanted to talk to you about our next assignment. This one involves a traditional still life painting. So I just want to take a couple of minutes and explain how to set up a still life. So as you can see here over at the Creative Arts Center, I've set up a still life that's very simple. It involves two pieces of fabric, one large, one small, and four objects. Very simple. One that's vertical, that is centered right underneath the pyramid structure of the piece of fabric that is draped over the shelf, and then a couple of small objects. So what you'll see here is also um, what the still life looks in relationship to the painting I'm working on, and this is very important. So I want everybody to pay attention to this particular part, which is that your easel or whatever it is that you're using to prop up your painting should be parallel to the still life that you're referencing. You don't want your canvas in front of the still life. You want to be able to constantly make assessments back and forth. So once you have this under control, meaning you've got your palette set up, if you're right-handed, it'll be at your right-hand side. You've got your brushes, everything's organized. You want to set up your easel, or if you're painting with your surface tacked to the wall, it should be to the left or right, depending if you're left-handed or right-handed. The point being is that you can always reference what it is that you're looking at. So that's where you begin. Now you'll see, for instance, in the painting here, it's partially done, but as I'll show you in a minute here, with regard to the video, you'll see that there were just a few cursory marks made, once again indicating a sense of where things are. And then begins the arrangement of a sequence of color relationships. So you consistently want to paint in a sequential manner, finding one color next to another. And as you do this, you'll see how things begin to formulate and come together. So it's always important, so that you don't get confused, that you're constantly referencing the visual resource, in this case, the still life that you'll be setting up, and always making every attempt to find a sequence of color relationships as it applies to that resource. So as you go along, I've set this up so that you can work from the center out, and that'll hold the composition in a sturdy position. You don't want to be arbitrary in the way in which you approach this. So once you have a rather sort of, cursory understanding with just line as to where things are, just work from the center out. And as you can tell, I'm constantly looking for one color relationship next to another, not trying to paint objects, right? Just color relationships, so that anything that does appear by virtue of finding these color relationships is going to be a byproduct of what it is that you're seeing. You don't have to know how to paint bottles or fabric, bananas, cups, or anything else. Just one color relationship next to another. That way, the painting will move forward, and you will, in fact, see evidence of how it will look like the thing that you're referencing without trying to paint objects. So the first thing that you want to do is just make sure that you're set up in such a fashion that you're organized. Things aren't going to get in the way of you executing this painting. I would suggest everybody purchase a pre-made 16 by 20 inch canvas. Okay, I hope that this helps, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.